Hello.
Hey. 1 second.
No problem.
Hello.
Hey.
Josh?
This is Chris. I think Josh just stepped away.
Oh, okay. This is Angie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
All right, there's Josh.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I was just a little confused because I wasn't really reading the emails and I just saw the time at 6 and I couldn't find the link, so I was confused.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
I can hear you.
Can you hear us? So who's going to conduct today?
I have week 6 for that, right?
It's supposed. Sorry, I'm reading an email right now. It's supposed to be me. I can do it. Yeah, and then I know that we just added a new person to our group, but I think I signed up for 2 weeks, and I realized that the second week that I signed up, I'm actually not going to be in the country, so I probably won't be able to make 2 group meetings. So I don't know if someone wants to take that spot. The second week. Let's see which week it was. Week 9.
I signed up for 2 as well.
Okay.
But
yeah, I won't be here, and I was thinking to myself, there's no way I'm waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to meet with a group.
I totally wouldn't either.
Yeah,
I can take
so
it if we need someone to pick up a 3rd one.
Yeah, I think we added someone new too, so if they wanted to take up one, that might work too.
Yeah, Cody. I think I don't know. He texted me today, and is he on here? I guess
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's on here yet.
I know he was planning on being. He texted me today, and he's like, "I need help. I missed that whole thing," and so I'm like, "Oh yeah, here, send him the link and stuff." But
got it. Okay. Okay. So did everyone? Yeah. Do you want to just reach out to him and see if he just wants to pick up a week for himself to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did everyone have a chance to read what Google learned from its quest to build the perfect team?
Yep.
Okay. And have you guys read over the questions yet?
Yeah, I read them a little bit. I'm looking back over them right now.
Cool. Good, good, good.
Yeah, me too.
So we're just waiting on Cody right now?
We can go ahead and
I think we can go ahead and go.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll come in when if he can. Okay, so the first question is, from your personal experience, what have been key behaviors in effective teams?
think for me, you definitely need at least one person in the team to kind of take control just a little bit, just to maintain order within the group.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think each person in the group kind of just has to know their role. What they're assigned to do, what they need to help with, kind of going off of like their strong traits and their strong qualities.
Also, too, something that was mentioned in the reading I thought was really good was people not being judgmental of others' ideas and stuff like that, because then that allows for more of a free flow of ideas. I mean, who cares if a couple ideas are bad? At least you're getting ideas out there.
That's a good point.
I think that's something that happens a lot, like especially in groups like this one where we haven't met before and we don't know each other until we get to class. 'Cause like high school groups, like you're around those people a lot, but then like you get to like a different setting and you haven't met them before, and so I think that makes a lot of people more like apprehensive to share certain things because it's new people.
I think that everyone needs to be on the same page. And sometimes I feel that depending on the team, there's always the leader. There's always 2 or 3 people that take the lead. And then the other people kind of just let them kind of do the job. And I think that everyone should either be kind of like at the same levels, not at the same one, but maybe like close to each other. But everyone needs to contribute equally.
Those are good things. Okay, so next question. What do group norms have to do with effective team building? What would you say your current B321 group norms include? Unspoken and spoken norms. Are they healthy group norms? If not, what could be changed?
We're brand new.
This is the second week. This sounds like it's like the last question for the last week. It's like we all just basically met each other. This is new.
I mean, for me, the communication is one of the biggest things. We have to be able to communicate. Everybody has to kind of voice their opinions. That's what Google did, and that's where they saw success, was people spoke their mind. And even though some of their comments were dumb and ridiculous, that's how they, progressed and felt comfortable and confident with each other. So, I mean, I think that's just what we need to focus on.
That's a good point. And too, it's like also if someone says something and you're like, wow, that's really dumb, someone else in your group might not think it's dumb, and then you guys could go off of that. So kind of keeping those criticisms to your
Cut out a little bit there.
different topic or on something that you might not think is true.
I think also it's important to keep in mind that some ideas sound at first, and that's not a really good idea.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any other comments? No? Okay. How does psychological safety in a team increase overall effectiveness? Are the roles of communication and empathy in creating psychological safety? Psychological safety.
Read that one more time.
Okay. I know. I'm okay. How does psychological safety in a team increase overall effectiveness? So that's the first question.
Oh.
And the second, it's a 2-part question. And what are the roles of communication and empathy in creating psychological safety?
Well, I mean, if you feel comfortable because it's a safe place, you're going to say what you think, and that's kind of where creativity comes from.
Yeah,
if you're scared or frightened to say something, then that's a challenge.
That's true. And it goes back to like I think what you were saying too before, how letting people, speak what they want, like Google did, helps to, to grow and to help ideas form. So then the second, what are the roles of communication and empathy in creating a psychological safety?
I think some. Oh, go ahead.
You're fine. Go for it.
I was just saying, I think sometimes like there's gonna be times when there's an idea that someone has, it just isn't gonna work, and obviously no one, like, it doesn't feel good to have an idea that sounds great to you and then it gets shot down immediately. So I think, like it said, recognizing what other people are feeling is really important, and being able to, like, even if it's an idea that's just not gonna work plainly, you can at least make it something that's, if just, I don't know, something to make them feel better and be like, hey, that might not work for us, but that could work elsewhere, you know, don't drop it completely and don't feel like a moron for coming up with something like that. Because, like,
Yeah,
I don't know, I've been
listening, active listening, because maybe under those crazy and nonsense ideas, that's where we usually find a lot of solutions. So active listening, yeah, I agree with you.
Another big thing, though, is if you are going to not criticize, but like have a discussion, it needs to be constructive. So if someone says an idea and you're kind of thinking, that was the worst idea I've ever heard, to say it in a way that's like nice and like you can talk about it, I mean, then people are okay with it. But if you say dumb, terrible, then they're not going to say anything again. So, you know, do it with love and kindness and empathy, and it's going to be better.
That's a good point. I really like that. Anyone else? Any other comments? Okay, next question. How does sharing personal experience and being vulnerable influence team dynamics?
I think it kind of breaks the ice a little bit, because sometimes we're just talking about concepts and ideas and all these things, and maybe just bringing in some input with a personal experience kind of makes it look real, makes it look, okay, we can do this because he did it or she did it. So I think it's very, very important to share those.
I think also too, when it comes to sharing personal experiences, you might find that others in the group have had similar experiences, and so it kind of starts clicking at, hey, these people are, you know, similar to me, and we share these experiences, and you kind of connect on that basis.
Yeah, it helps people to realize that you're human too, and that you've gone through things just like they have, even though sometimes they may think that you haven't. And then, do you have any personal examples of this in organizations you are involved in?
In my job, I've been a bank teller for a while now, and we have 11 branches of this bank that I work in, and the big head guy, his name's Woody. I was like terrified of him when I was younger, and like he came up to me one time when he came, because he visits branches whenever something happens, and he came up to me and he's like, hey, I read about your brother in the paper, and then told me about something he had that was similar. And he's like, and then he brought me the newspaper, and I'm like, oh, so he pays attention, because it was like my last name, which isn't common, obviously. And so it was cool to realize that like someone that's like way at the top of my organization, like, pays attention to everyone within the organization, because I'm like bottom of the totem pole. And so like it was really cool that he did that, and that made me feel like we have like he's human, you know, he's not just this big scary head CEO guy. So that was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, collaboration is key with any job. You know, I think any workplace, there's got to be collaboration with other groups, departments, people you're dealing with. And you've got to be able to have ideas and discuss, because if you're trying to do business of any kind, you have to be able to reach out to other resources and people, get information so you can get that onto clients or whomever you're dealing with. And so if you can't bounce ideas off of other people and talk to other people who have had those experiences or have gone through it, you might fall right into the same pitfalls. So I sell software to big companies, and I have other sales reps calling me all the time, and I call other people as well to say, hey, I'm dealing with this client who's run into this. Have you ever seen that? And they can say, oh yeah, they have. Avoid this or do that, and it helps me to prepare for that meeting, and it's much more successful. So I mean, it's that common ground.
That's a good point. Has anyone else experienced these things? No? Okay. What can you do as an individual to initiate effective team behavior?
Set the example. I mean, if you set the example, other people are going to start following you, and then those that don't want to follow you will have to do it at the end because everyone's kind of in the same page. So setting an example first.
That's great, setting an example.
I also feel like just plain participating in general would help with this issue, just because instead of, being quiet and nodding your head like, yeah, you agree, when you actually like verbalize that and go with those team norms and stuff like that, it's showing that you are willing to go about those behaviors.
Okay.
I'm married. I've been married for a long time. You guys are young, so maybe you're not. But you could be married or dating. If you're dating or you're married, I mean, especially early on, you have to kind of just jump in and somewhat be vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there and say things that, you can't keep everything so close to the vest. If you're in a group, same thing. I mean, if you have an opinion, you got to say it. Otherwise, if you keep it back and things fall apart and you're like, crap, I should have said something. I mean, it's on you. So you got to be vulnerable sometimes.
I like that. Thank you. I'm getting married in August, so you just gave me some advice.
Go get them.
Right. Yeah, I like those. I like these important. Try to fill out everyone else's thoughts and needs and helping to lead your group. Those are all good. So that's all the questions for this week, you guys. That's it. I like that article. I feel like it had a lot of good information that we can all take and use. Were there any other questions? Comment?
Just to clarify, who's the leader for next week?
I think it's
Yeah,
me.
I have it open. I can tell you that right now. And then Josh joined us. So Josh, we were talking about.
I've been on the whole time. I'm Josh, by the way.
Oh, sorry. There was someone else too that just joined.
Me?
Palmer. Yeah.
Yes. You're new to our group, right?
I wasn't supposed to be, but I kind of ran into a situation where I didn't have internet for the past couple weeks, and so that's why I've been kind of MIA. But from now on, I have internet, so I'll be able to do this stuff. Yeah, I don't think I got
we have
anything.
Okay, yeah, we have a sign-up sheet, and I realized after I signed up for 2 weeks that I'm going to be gone one of the weeks that we're signed up to do it, and so I'm going to try and make it, but I don't know if I'm going to make it because of the time change. So it's lesson 9. I don't know if I can send you the link, and that way you can see it, and you can get signed up if you'd like to help us out.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Palmer,
Yes.
if you'll put your email address like out on the group chat or something, that way we can add you to the email string as well. That would be helpful.
I think I'm in it because I looked and I found the email with an invite. But like I said, I just
Cool.
have
Good.
I
internet
think that
to check it.
I think we have a new one named Cody that just joined today.
Okay. So if someone else signed up for 2 weeks and they want to give it up, that way they can get a feel for how it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we can work that all out.
All good. It's easy. Okay, cool. Well,
Yeah, so Alex, You're leading next week, just so you know. And sorry I was late. Got held up at work a lot longer than I thought I was going to.
All good. I'll just, since I started it, I'll just take the link and post it out there so we're good to go.
Thank you so much, Josh.
All good. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.